And welcome to VNN. Today is the 11th of November, 2016. For those of you who don't know, it is Veterans Day. The 11th of November. Okay, it starts all the way back to 1919 with Armistice Day. Okay, it was kind of a holiday they put into place to honor veterans and our losses at World War I. Okay, it later in around 1938 became officially a federal holiday, and around 54, I think it became Veterans Day. Make sure you guys go out there and honor a veteran. I understand what's going on in the news, and we're going to talk about the news. So have no fear. We're going to talk about that, but make sure amongst everything that is going on in the world today, honor a veteran. They served for all these rights that you guys have. And we're going to discuss some of those because our main subject today is the presidential election. And as you can see, I have a lot of notes. Now, first off, stop whining. No, I'm not kidding you. You guys are whining about the presidency, who was voted in legally. Okay, I want to point that out. Clinton conceded the race. Now, I'm not saying who the better candidate was, okay? You guys have to understand. I am in a firm belief that both candidates are bad. It sucked that we had to vote for who was the least. I mean, I think they were talking that 60% or 60% of the ones that voted for Trump didn't like the fact they voted for Trump. It's just they voted because they didn't want Hillary. 54% of Hillary's didn't want Hillary, or they didn't like the fact they were voting for Hillary. They just didn't like Trump. I mean, when an election is based more around who they didn't want to win, let's be honest, it's not going to be a great theory. However, everybody is whining about this deportation and the wall and all these promises. Now, I just want to bring up a couple things, okay? Now, I'm kind of bouncing around because, yeah, I'm just bouncing around. Now, you guys may not know who Dennis Kucinich is, but he ran against Bush in the 2008, I think, for the primary. Maybe it was for the presidency. I don't remember. Anyways, in 2008, one of his claims, now remember, Trump made all these claims like, oh, we're going to deport all the Mexicans and that we're going to build a wall, right? A wall. His claim was he was going to arrest George W. Bush. Like his whole cabinet. That's it. He literally made a quote that they should know their Miranda rights because he's going to arrest all of them. That was his slogan. No, that wasn't his slogan, but that was part of his presidential campaign because they were criminals in his eyes. Rick Santorum ran against Mitt Romney during was it 2012? Yeah, 2012 against Obama. Now, I get it. I have a lot of kids who watch my channel, but if you guys don't know what the word porn is, let's be honest, you're under a rock. Everybody knows what it is. I'm not encouraging you to go watch it or not watch it, but everybody knows what it is. Yeah. He threatened to ban porn. Guess what? He didn't get voted in. Trump threatened to deport all the Mexicans. Okay? And build a wall. Okay, now outside of the wall being a lot of jobs, nobody builds a wall. The Great Wall of China. He's competing with China. So here's the point, though. He can't do that, guys. Understand the system and the legal system that you guys voted in and you guys actually sit there and vote for. Understand how it works. He can't just say, all the Mexicans are gone. He can't do it. For things like that to happen, a bill has to pass through both the U.S. House of Representatives and the Senate. They both have to pass this bill. Now, I get it. They have a very strong Republican hold right now in both those things. But here's the thing. Do you really think all those Republican offices, which are not on 4-year terms, by the way, they can stay in long as they want, do you really think they're going to want to upset the entire populace? No. They're going to be like, Trump, that's a great idea. Why don't we, let's give a couple more $1 million to ICE and let them come up with their own plan. Yeah, that's it. Because they know it's going to take a while. And Trump's going to be like, well, okay, well, I can't do anything because my hands are tied. Yes, a president can veto a bill, and yes, there are certain things the president can step his foot out and go, this is going to happen. Typically, it involves the military, but not laws. He cannot say every Mexican is being deported. He can't do it. It doesn't work that way, guys. Excuse me. Understand how the laws work before you complain about them. I get it. He may not be the greatest candidate in the world. We've had worse. We've had a lot better. But let's be honest, we needed some change, and we needed a non-politician in there. Yes, he's a businessman, so yes, are we going to lose money? Possibly. Are we going to screw up some things? Maybe. It happens, but here's the point. It doesn't matter who's in that office. It's not him that does it. It's the people beneath him. And one of the things that he does stand out as, he knows how to pick management teams. He himself, probably a very annoying person to deal with. But he knows in business that it's these people these people right here beneath him. He's up here, right here. It's these people that run the country. And he has shown that he knows how to pick those people. So hopefully that works. We'll have to see. That's the point of our country. It's one of the great things. Anyone can become president. Yes, if he's racist, if he's a bigot, if he's, anything. If he steps on little kids, I don't know. But here's the point. That's one of the things about our country that everyone loves. And this goes on to my next statement. If you don't like something, you are entitled to complain. It is a God-given right. Well, not a God-given right. It is a country nationally given right. The First Amendment states that Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right for the people peaceably to assemble. I want you to take note of what I just said. Peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Now, you watch the news. Go watch it. Go just flip it over into CBS, NBC, ABC, CNN, any of those news channels, BBC, I don't know. There are riots all over. Now, did you notice I said peaceably assemble? There is a difference between a protest and a riot. Now, here is the actual, from the Library of Congress, the legal representation of the First Amendment, of what it doesn't allow. The First Amendment does not provide the right to conduct an assembly at which there is a clear and present danger of riot, disorder, or interference with traffic on public streets, or other immediate threats to public safety or order. Statutes that prohibit people from assembling and using force or violence to accomplish unlawful purposes are permissible under the First Amendment. How many of those riots were in the streets? That's why I call them riots. They're not protests anymore. Yes, they haven't started violence, but they're encouraging it. There are people, supporters being beaten on the sides of the streets. I don't care who they're supporters for. I get it. They're Trump supporters, but it doesn't matter if they were Hillary supporters or Johnson supporters or I can't think of any of the other candidates. I don't care if they're members of the KKK. It is illegal to go out and beat somebody down in the middle of the streets. Guys, come on. That's common sense. There's a word for that in the world. And a lot of people hate this word. But there's a word for what is going on right now, and it's called bullying. Now, I know I'm making a video like this. This is almost a 10-minute video. I'm ranting, and you know what? I'm okay with any receiving the hate from me saying these things. Because you're entitled to that. You have the right to tell me you don't like or you don't agree with my opinion. You have that right. The First Amendment says you have that right. You have the right to tell me that, hey, I don't agree with you, Virii. I think you're acting kind of dumb. Your words, man, they're stupid. You have that right. That is what makes our country great. Most countries, you don't have the right to say, hey, I don't like what you're doing. Sure, you can say it. you get killed, dragged off by secret police or whatnot. In our country, you can voice that. You have that right. The problem is, you guys are pushing it too far. This whole peaceable assembly thing you call protest, where they're rioting in the streets, dragging, crying about the new president, impeaching him already. My God. You guys are pushing it to the point where eventually maybe those rights are going to be withheld. If you're worried about the president and the Congress and the thing, I would worry more about them going, maybe the First Amendment needs to be readdressed because people aren't getting the hint. They're just causing riots, and that's illegal, but they're hiding behind the First Amendment saying that it's going to protect them. No, it's not. And the more you guys try to abuse it, the more it becomes a problem. I mean, originally, that's all it was, is that first part about government grievances. It wasn't until they had Library of Congress and Supreme Courts had to sit down and go, well, okay, what is peaceably to assemble? What does that actually mean? Because people are saying, no, I broke into this guy's store, but that's because I was protesting him. That's okay. It's okay. I was peacefully. I didn't hurt anybody. They had to clarify these laws to the point where they made certain things illegal. Originally, it was just, hey, you guys have the right to do this. Now it's, you guys have the right to do this, but if you do this, or this, you're going to jail. You know why that is? Because people hid behind it. You have the right to complain. Do it. Voice your right with all your passion. But don't riot in the streets. Don't proclaim the devil's coming. You want to move to Canada? Move to Canada. Go for it. By the way, Canada doesn't take citizenship like that. Last I checked, you can't even work in Canada. So, by all means, move. You're doing exactly what immigration, what they want for immigration. They want the people that aren't here for the country to get the hell out. I am a supporter of immigration. I'll be honest. We have a lot of illegal immigrants that have here's my difference, okay? No interest in becoming a citizen. They want to live off the system without trying to become a citizen. And I have a problem with that. You come to the country, you want to become a citizen, I'm all for you. You need help, I will help you. Whatever it takes. I am absolutely okay with you wanting to join our nation. But if you're just coming here to squeeze things from the nation without actually becoming a part of it, that I have problems with. And that is what they're talking about in immigration. Yes, deport all the Mexicans. No, it doesn't work. I'm sorry, Latinos? I don't know what his statement is. Was it Mexicans or Latinos? But the deportation thing was a big one for him. That's great. I've seen the records. I understand how long it takes to become a citizen. Good, you have that much time. Don't illegally cross the border. If you can legally cross the border, no. There should be and I agree, we need some changes. There should be an application process, maybe like the concept of an embassy where you go to this place and you apply right there. And you know what? They give you like a temporary whatever. Let's say they give you like the concept of a green card. Okay, now you come into the U.S. with this card. You're in the process to become a citizen. You're authorized now to walk into that citizen because you have that magical card. We'll call this the magical card of keychains. No, here it is. Here's your magic card. Magic card. You walk in, you show this card, and you're like, okay, I'm legally allowed to be here. You're legally now allowed to be here. Great. You work. You have a family, whatever it is. You work towards becoming a legal citizen. And then you become a legal citizen. Bam! Done. Over. Woo! Why is that so difficult? People now don't like the process. Yes, it's a difficult process. I get it. Nothing in life is easy. So when people are complaining about deportation, understand, it's not those people. It's not the people trying to become citizens. It's the people that don't want to be citizens. You're illegal people. Typically, your illegal people, the ones they were targeting, are the ones they're talking about that cause crime and all this type of stuff. Typically. I'm not saying all of them. Sometimes, hey, maybe you don't have enough money to apply, which I don't know how much money it costs to apply. Or maybe you're trying to escape threats from your country, like the asylum concept. Okay. You are a minority, though. You are not the majority. The vast majority of legal people taking advantage of the system are illegal and should be dealt with in some fashion, whatever it is. I mean, honestly, if you deport people, what's going to stop them from coming back, really? But we all know the wall's not going to happen. Anyways, I've been ranting for 15 minutes. This is a long VNN, guys, and it's because I'm passionate about it. You know, I love the United States. You know what? Do I love Trump? No. Did I vote for Trump? That's my choice, right? Do I believe that Trump was better than Hillary? I think he's different. Do I think Hillary should have won? No, because it was a close race and she conceded, and I think it was fair. So, do I believe he's going to, revolutionize America? No. Is he going to make America great again? Let's be honest, guys. He's got 4 years, and if you guys are complaining this much, you're going to vote him out. So, he's not going to be able to do much in 4 years. But one thing he is doing is getting rid of Obamacare. Good. Because if you're not in the workforce, you don't understand how bad Obamacare is. Just want to point that out. Anyways, guys, that's all I got. We'll hopefully see you tonight for F3 with whatever we're doing. And if I don't see you tonight, you guys have a great weekend.